Hello, great people. It don't happen, oh. This one is shocking news, and as it shocked me, I say make I bring them to you as Nigeria's Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawalle, who happens to be the former governor of Zamfara State, have been accused of aiding and sponsoring bandits. On this episode of Politics with Joshua Plug, I have an exclusive story for you, and I will be reading some part of the report. I will be reading them out for you, and it reads, exclusive. How Tinubu's minister Matawalle maintains contact with bandit leaders, ordered them to compel communities to vote for APC. Former aide. The person that is leaking this secret out is the former aide of Bello Matawalle, one of the people we don't work with him, we don't roll with him, we they close with him. Now in the leak this exclusive, if you give me some minutes of your time, I will be sharing what that particular aide, what the aide leaked out to the media. I will be reading it out for you, and I must tell you that this video is a 3-in-1 because I came across a CV that allegedly belongs to the same person, Minister of State for Defense Bello Matawalle, and I can tell you it's one of the most terrible CV that has ever come across for somebody that is occupying such an influential position. I will be reviewing the CV with you. Then after that, I will be playing for you a video, a clip of a convoy and surveillance plane that accompanied Bello Matawalle when he was visiting his state, Zamfara. Don't forget that Bello Matawalle is a former governor of the state, and during his reign, there was this, banditry that took over the place, and that is why the people of Zamfara said that they are not going to allow him to bag a second term, and he was voted out. I will share his CV with you. I would play for you his convoy, and you can see that a Minister of State for Defense, junior minister for that matter, is using that kind of cars and convoy, so much so that there is a surveillance plane. I will play it for you, and you would see how the man is living large. And then I will read to you the exclusive report. So take note of the 3 things. First, let me review the CV of Matawalle for you. I came across this CV and I got some shocking information. It reads, Bello Muhammad Matawalle, date of birth 12 February 1962, nationality Nigerian, state of origin Zamfara, place of birth Maradu town, local government Maradu, religion Islam, gender male, marital status married, institutions attended with date. Please, my dear people, take note of this. Institutions attended with date, that means the school where you go. Township Primary School Maradu, 1974 to 1980. Vocational Training Center Bunza, 1980 to 1985. Finish. Now, Vocational Training Center, now Minister of State for Defense, now here you go. Are you surprised that there is insecurity in Nigeria? Are you surprised that the insecurity in Nigeria have refused to go away? Well, this is the CV of your Minister of State for Defense, the person that is in charge of giving directives to the service chiefs, monitoring the operations of the service chiefs and security agencies in Nigeria. Only attended the max education that he has is a vocational training center in Bunza, which is equivalent to secondary school, I can say. Now, let's continue the review of his CV. Educational qualifications with date. Primary school leaving certificate, he earned it in 1980. Then senior secondary school examination, SSCE, the one where they call WAEC, he earned it in 1985. Now, work experience. Take note, my dear people, his highest level of education is SSCE. Now, work experience. When you don't work for in life, and I need you to follow this with rapt attention. If you are watching me, you are yet to subscribe to this channel so that as I bring the story, you go to land for your hand real time. Now, work experience. Clerical officer, Old Sokoto State Ministry of Health. Clerical officer, Old Sokoto State Ministry of Health. Now he's a Minister of Defense, but he worked as a clerical officer at the Ministry of Health. Classroom teacher, GGSS Rabba. That is from 1990 to 1991. He worked at the Ministry of Health from 1985 to 1989. Then 1990 to 1991, he worked as classroom teacher at the GGSS Raba. Then he worked as classroom teacher again at GGSS Talata Marafa from 1991 to 1992. Then again, he worked as classroom teacher. I think this man should be in a secondary school teaching, or maybe he should be the principal of a secondary school by now. Because all in life, now classroom teacher, classroom teacher. He worked as a classroom teacher at GGSS Kotonkoshi from 1992 to 1992. Then he worked again as classroom teacher at GGSS Moriki from 1992 to 1993. So he has 4 experience as classroom teacher that spans from 1990 to 1993. Within 3 years, he taught in 4 different secondary schools. Then after that, he worked at Federal Ministry of Water Resources. Take note, Federal Ministry of Water Resources from 1993 to 1996. That is the page. It says page 1. So maybe there's more to it, but this is the only page that I have that have been circulating the social media space. Then I read one particular article when Bola Ahmed Tinubu was trying to justify why he selected Matawalle, and the argument of Bola Ahmed Tinubu was that when Matawalle was the governor of Zamfara State, Tinubu argued that Matawalle was able to manage the security of the state very well, that when students were kidnapped, Matawalle was able to secure their rescue promptly. Don't forget that the same Matawalle is the one that Bola Ahmed Tinubu sent to Kebbi to go and effect the rescue of the girls that were kidnapped at Maga Secondary School. Now, Matawalle, from the news that I heard before recording this video, the news came in that those girls have been released. But the big question is that, were they released freely or they paid for their release? And when the information come out in the coming days, trust me that I will bring it to you. And that's why if you are watching me, you are here to subscribe, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Because if you say that those girls were released, why were they released? Was there a shootout? Is there any arrest of the people that perpetrated the heinous crime of abducting, young girls? Is there anybody that have been arrested? If you can point out the people arrested, then it means that perhaps ransom was paid. Now, I've achieved objective 1. Let us go to 2. Now, the second one is, take note, look at the side screen. You will see the video of Matawalle's convoy, and take note of it. At the beginning of that video, you will see what is like a surveillance plane hovering around the air. Then all the cars that you see, the military apparatus, you wonder that, does Nigeria have all this peer military infrastructure? And there's insecurity in the country, machine guns, everything that escorts the man, Minister of State for Defense. If Nigeria is that secure after 2 years of Tinubu administration, if he's performing, why is he moving around with this large number of escorts, apparently on state resources? So watch that video and I'll try and replay it like 2 or 3 times just for you to see the amount of escorts that your Minister of State for Defense is walking around with. Now, let us go to the exclusive that was leaked by the former aide of the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawalle. Let me read it to you. Now, it reads that a former senior aide, as published by Sahara, a former senior aide to Nigeria's defense minister and former Zamfara governor, Bello Matawalle, has accused him of continuing in maintaining direct contact with notorious terrorist commanders whom he allegedly funded, equipped, and politically mobilized during his time as governor. Now, let me read something to you. It says, the mobilization has included providing 36 new Hilux vehicles and buying stolen livestock from bandit groups. I will be telling you about all these subheadings because here I have a subheading called buying stolen cows directly from bandits. Another one, 36 Hilux vehicles from terrorist leaders. Another one, continue contact as defense minister. Then election influence and 2027 plans, which is an accusation that the minister is keeping connection with the bandits for the purpose of using them for the 2027 presidential election. This is what was reviewed by the minister's former aide, as published by Sahara reporters. Now, let us go into a section which is barring cows direct. Or let me read a quote for you first. It says that the appointment of Matawalle the aide said that his appointment gave him the chance to know many of the terrorists and their activities. He alleged that Matawalle now wants to silence him because he knew all the atrocities he carried out with bandits during his tenure as governor. Are you surprised that insecurity is at an alarming stage in Nigeria? If truly that Matawalle has contact with bandits, then how would he resolve the insecurity in Nigeria and how will he tackle these bandits if truly he has contact with them? Now, let us go into buying stolen cows directly from the bandit. The aide revealed that the bandit allegedly complained to Matawalle that when they rustle cow, when they take it to the market, some of the people that owns the cow, they usually identify it in the market and it leads to trouble. So the former aide of Matawalle is alleging that Matawalle buys the cow from them just so that peace can reign. Stolen cow for that matter. And it is that he bought it from them at a flat rate of 150,000 each. These are not my words. These are the words of the former aide to Bello Matawalle as published by Sahara reporters. Now, let us go to the one of 36 e-lost vehicles for terrorist leaders. And in that section, it says one of the most explosive allegations is that the former governor procured dozens of vehicles, of government vehicles for leaders of terror groups. He bought this is a quote now from the aide. He bought 36 brand new e-lost vehicles to the bandit leaders in Zamfara state, including Kachala Tuji and late Alilu Subibu, amongst others. Now, it says that according to him, the people of Shinkafi were aware of these dealings. Even the people of Shinkafi, Zamfara state, they are aware. That is the quote from the former aide to the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawalle, former governor of Zamfara state. Now, let us go to continued contact as defense minister. And let me just pick the quotes of the aide. The aide alleged in quotes that after that's Matawalle, after he left office as governor and his appointment as Minister of Defense, it is surprising that he is chatting these people. They always contact him for help. The same bandit where they employ you, make you tackle. Now you they keep contact with. Now they contact you for help. You can see that Nigeria is a serious problem if these allegations are true. And it says that there was one Bello Tugoje. They used to communicate through WhatsApp. The same guy is very close to the minister, and he was in Zamfara state payroll during his tenure as governor. What am I reading, my dear people? Bandits, insurgent on Zamfara state payroll when responsible citizens don't have a job. You can see the kind of country that we have. If this allegation is true, person will go school, will graduate, he no get job. But bandits, they are on the payroll of the government. Now, the aide also said in quote that he also communicates with Bello Tuji and Kachala Aru Dule via WhatsApp. That Bello Tuji, you will recall that is the notorious bandit that they've been searching for all over the place. So you can see that some of these people, they have contact with this bandit. Now, let me tell you about election influence and 2027 plans, where it is alleged that the Minister of State for Defense is keeping contact with these bandits just so that they can be useful allegedly for 2027 election. Let me take the quote in that particular section. It says, those of us who are close to him, those of us that are close to him, we are surprised why would the minister be doing this, but it is clear why he is holding them. Because they are still using them during political periods and 2027 election is coming. Many of these terrorists voted for APC in 2023 because the minister was the governor and he told them to vote for APC, and Tinubu also won them because of their votes. What remains now are a few scattered elements. Okay, I think Sahara reporters reported that Matawalle claimed that most bandit leaders and their foot soldiers have been neutralized. That was what the Minister of State for Defense claimed. Let me take another quote, my dear people. It says that Most of the key bandit leaders and their foot soldiers have been neutralized through your gallant effort. That is Matawalle. What remains now are a few scattered elements, and the commander-in-chief has directed that this remnant be wiped out completely. So the big question is, why have they not been wiped out? And is these allegations true? Why is it that when allegations is made against high-profile people, regardless of the evidence that is provided, nothing is done? You will recall the allegation made against the Minister of FCT, Nyesom Wike, as regards corruption allegations and land grabbing. Nothing was done. Can the security agencies act on these allegations? And if true, why are people that have contact with bandits and are sympathetic to their operations and allegedly sponsoring them, what are they doing in government? Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the box stops at your table, and I hope you will take adequate action. It's been an interesting time with you. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.